Howdy, Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, Pat. Things are heating up here in California. We had such a pleasant summer. It was like 75, 80 degrees almost all summer. And then like the last 3 days, it's been 95, 97. Of course, the perfect time for Bill to start worm farming. I've been raising native California earthworms and Canadian night crawlers as well. We're going to experiment with a bait kiosk on the way to the lake, which is right up the road from my house, and see if that can pay some bills. Definitely not going to be empire building, but it could be kind of fun. It's been a lot of fun learning about worms and getting my hands dirty, so to speak. But yeah, it's been hot out here, and it's the worms, of course, especially those Canadian night crawlers. They like it kind of cold.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, I never knew you did worms. I learned something new every day.
it's brand new. It literally is brand new. It literally is in the last 2 weeks. We started this, and the way it all happened. My wife and I were up on the lake, and their bait supplier and their the county official that deals with them got into a fracas, and they got this store on the lake that can't sell bait at the lake. And of course, this is California, so bait's something that's not real popular anyway. And it's challenging to find. You got to drive down into Santa Cruz. And I got to tell you, brother, a weekend like this, Labor Day weekend, we are infested with travelers, visitors, tourists. They're just crawling all over Santa Cruz. So you don't want to go into town at all. So, I thought, hey, I just stick a sign out on the road and hey, free bait, donate it to the farm. That way I get around the whole, taxation and
Oh yeah, the
business.
whole donation, $5 donation. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And some people are going to steal them, and some people are going to pay twice what they're worth. I'm going to do it as an experiment in social engineering and see what happens. But anyway, yeah, I've had some issues though. I built that really accurate Mark II crown,
Mm-hmm.
and right after I got that barrel straightened out, I went out to shoot it, and it was dead empty. And I'm like, no, I didn't leave. I filled this the night before so that my practice would be all ready to go. And there was no air in it. I'm like, where did the air go? So I started looking around. I'm calling Pat. I'm saying, Pat, the hell, my gun's leaking. And Pat's having me spread the leak finder all over it, and I'm not finding it. Finally, there's a vent hole on the crown, which, if you're used to the impact, the vent hole is right near the regulator.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to see if air is leaking through the atmospheric vent. But on a crown, it's not that way. It's actually up on the side of the block, probably about 1.25 inches away from where the reg sits. So it wasn't intuitively obvious to me where I should be checking for leaks. So it took me a little bit to find it. But once I did, I got a good O-ring kit and carefully did the surgery, and the patient recovered quite well. But I did get the tune came out a little hot from where it was. I had it actually tuned before this right to 19.9 feet per second, so I could use it for field target when I needed to. This was when I did that initial setting of the reg. After I put it in, I went probably a little bit too far with the screw. So it's shooting about 24 foot-pounds right now.
Jeez.
But then I got the call, Pat.
Call.
The ladies on the property took the chains off of me, and they said, we want scorched earth to the ground squirrels. We want ground squirrel Armageddon. And for those that don't know, the California ground squirrel is a slightly different species than the arboreal squirrels. The tail's not as bushy. They do have a beautiful coat. It's like a mottled, almost polka dot kind of coat on them. They're gorgeous. They have like a white collar around the shoulders. They're beautiful animals, but right now there's about a 20-foot earth wall right next to my barn.
Mm-hmm.
They're boring into it horizontally.
Oh.
And you can imagine what that's going to do come rainy season. Yeah, it's going to be bad. That whole hill could give way and slide. They're in the pastures where the horses are, poking holes all over the place. And, you know, if you've ever owned a horse or know anybody who owns a horse, a ground squirrel hole can end that animal.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of disease or anything else. They just get their foot in there, break that leg, and then it's done. I mean, yeah, if you got $40,000, you could get a horse ambulance to haul that animal over to Davis. Davis does have one of the West's most advanced veterinary care, but that's a lot of freaking money. So they said, yeah, we're gonna ignore what you're doing. We're gonna do this and just get rid of the ground squirrels. So that got me down this path of really getting dialed on ground squirrels. And I'll be honest, Pat, I use AI heavy. I want to go into this as smart as possible and know that animal as well as I can. So I worked with the AI on X. His name is Grok, and he and I came up with a recipe for squirrel chow. And it's dirt simple to make. You buy the cheapest ingredients you can get, the cheapest peanut butter, like a great big jar. I use oats from the feed store because
Mm-hmm.
they're way cheaper than buying like Quaker oats at the supermarket. And you take about a cup of each and you mix them together and you get this like slurry of peanut butter and the oats suspended in there. And then you take and you like put it in a paper bowl. Then you stick the peanuts in the top of it like a big birthday cake. And you put that out near where you're going to hunt, right? And you keep doing that. You do that like every other day for, I don't know, a week, 3 days a week, whatever. You get them used to, hey, man, this is free food. When the big guy comes around, it's manna from heaven, and all the squirrels want to hang out here. Now, some people may say, oh, you're hunting over bait. I'm like, you're damn right I am. This isn't hunting. This is pesting.
Yep.
This is getting rid of a vermin animal that is damaging and risking livestock on my farm. So the gloves come off. This isn't the Norman Rockwell painting of the guy hunting in the field. This is John Wick going after the enemy. And so I have a hide set up in the barn where the boards that surround the corral they break my outline up. So I can literally sit in there in my nice comfy chair with my sticks. And you know how I love to snipe off the sticks.
Oh yeah, and that's good training for field target.
It is, and that brings me to my next point. I was wearing my pellets around my neck in the pouch and single shot loading. When you have a target rich environment, that is not the way to do this.
No.
In case anybody's wondering, having a mag and having that quick follow-up shot, because a lot of times, if the gun is really quiet, it's got a 0 dB moderator on the front of it and my carbon fiber shroud. When you shoot one and you get a good headshot and they're doing the squirrel dance of death, the buddy's like looking around. He's like, whoa, what the hell's going on with you, Ed? And they'll usually pause. They'll freeze for about, I don't know, 8-10 seconds. And that's your opportunity to deliver the next round.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got a cluster of them, you can keep that going for a while, but you're not going to do that single shot loading.
No.
So I did enjoy the training for field target, but the shooting is still the shooting. So that part of it's really good. But optimizing your shot on these animals by by using a bait, by keeping them all in the same area. I use the same technique for rats, very different bait,
Yeah.
but it's so effective. I mean, the oats and the peanut butter are like, it's like the old Bugs Bunny film when he's got the perfume and it's got him mesmerized. That's kind of the same effect that this stuff has on that animal. And yeah, I'm going to use it. I've got a mandate to eliminate them, and I'm down 7. I had one morning I could get out and hunt last week, and I got 7 animals that one event, and I started baiting the other colonies as well. So it's going to be game on. I'm going to mix that in with my field target training coming up. But yeah, the recipe for squirrel chow: 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of cheap feed store oats, and then a bunch of shelled peanuts. Peanuts in the shell. Don't make it easy for them, because that's not the food they're used to getting. If you just put shelled peanuts out there, that's not normal for them. They're going to be a little weary of that. But if they've got a peanut that they've got to open up, they're used to that with the acorns and all the other natural nut sources. So yeah, it's been super effective, and we are definitely knocking down the numbers. I've probably got 70 to go, honestly, just on my 5 acres. That's how bad it is right now. It was funny because I used to have to drive like 45 minutes to go shoot ground squirrels. And the lady that I shot the animals for, she moved away. She sold that property and moved away. And then I noticed that they're starting to creep in on my place, and I'm like, oh no, this is too much fun to have right in my backyard. So
Now, for the new listeners and viewers, explain the crown. What caliber is it, and all of that?
So this crown was a build from 3 years ago. It's a Mark II crown with a GRS stock, which unfortunately FX doesn't make anymore. You might get lucky and find new old stock somewhere, but it would be rare. But this gun is pretty unique, for me, in that it's pretty much, it's my tool for field target. But having that GRS stock, I don't know that they're in a relationship anymore with FX. So
I think I've seen GRS stocks for the King, so I
okay.
don't know, but I think they are. It's just a little slow right now.
Not as prevalent as it was a couple of years ago. Anyway, it's a 177, and the barrel is my own design. It is the STX guts out of an impact, mounted in a crown with a 30 millimeter diameter carbon fiber sleeve doing the tensioning. And it is there's no POI shift on it. I haven't had to touch the scope since I set the gun up. And I've not been gentle with it. I haven't been throwing it off the back of the truck or anything, but it's been way more stable than that original barrel was. And part of that is that inner steel tube that's in tension against the carbon fiber. But yeah, it's super nice. It's
what pellet you using?
13.4 grain FX.
Is it redesigns? Oh no, you got the standard, not the redesigns.
Yeah, it's these.
Yep. Yeah, that's the regular pellet. There's a redesign too. That's the one that my Air Max Catran shot.
These I don't. These are the ones that don't really have a waist. They're almost cylindrical.
Yeah, it's a lot like the 25.39 grains in the 22. It's that straight ball.
They shoot so reliably out of my crown. And I've mentioned it to other field target shooters. I'm like, who have crowns. I'm like, try this pellet. And they're like, no, it's too heavy. I'm like, all it is a number on your dope card. I mean,
yep.
if it shoots more repeatably, why wouldn't you want that? Anyway, not my circus, not my monkeys, but yeah, it's I call it the dirt nap dispenser.
Mhm. The long distance ticket puncher. There
Yeah,
you go.
it's like a Pez dispenser for dirt naps. You know, you just click the thing and you get happy.
You're gonna have to get a nice vinyl sticker to put on the side of the bottle. Something along those lines to put on there for that
Yeah,
dirt nap maker or something.
but I've got to get ready for PA Cup because I'm shooting
Mhm.
field target there. It's the first time I'm shooting at the PA Cup, and I got to bring that power down, which means I got to bleed the air off, take the regulator off,
Yeah.
and then air it back up and get back. I think it's right around 70 bar is where that gun likes to be for field target.
That'd be exciting. Yeah, that's the first year. It's going to be interesting with PA coming up.
And that should actually bring it right back to where it was because I haven't touched any of the hammer settings. The only thing I touched was the reg that pushed it up. So we'll get there. It shouldn't take much. Yesterday, I had my RSO training for my local range. I've been an RSO there for almost 10 years, but they had a refresher class. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go. I haven't been through the SOPs in a long time, and that's to my detriment. Range safety officers are supposed to stay up to date on the SOPs for the range, and I haven't been doing that. But Pat, I got a great opportunity to stump for the airgun cause.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was able to, there was a part where we had to get up and introduce yourself. And I talked about the podcast, I talked about the YouTube work, and I'm like, I know everybody thinks I'm kind of nuts around here for having so much to do with air guns, but I'm still a firearm guy. But I love my air guns because I get so many more opportunities to shoot than everybody else. I don't have to drive 30 miles to go to the range to shoot. I can walk out in my bathrobe and throw pellets down range. So, I talked about that a lot. I'm like, get your trigger time. It's cheap. It's fun. And I've got one old timer who had some of the most beautiful flintlock guns I've seen, Pat. These were custom built by some of the best gunsmiths in America. One was a Perry, Pennsylvania rifle built by Perry. I mean, it's literally the gun version of art. The wood on those guns. Anyway, not airgun related, but a heck of a lot of fun to see. And then we got to talking, and they said, "Hey, does anybody have any events that you would like to do at the range? We'd like to get some more new events." And I'm like, I've been asking for years to be able to do a field target demo day. I mean, not full on field target, but go to the pistol house, set up, 8, maybe 10 targets tops, and let people come experience that. I'll bring the guns. People can bring their own, and we're not going to score this. It's not going to be AFTA approved or any of that. It's just, hey, let's look at this and let's explore what opportunities are available in the area for actually doing it regularly. And the CRSO, the Chief Range Safety Officer, he goes, "Hey, I think that's a really good idea." I'm like, "Well, I've been fighting the board on this for years." And he's like, "How much energy are you dumping?" I'm like, "It's capped at 20 foot-pounds. So, as long as we're doing regular field target, it's 20 foot-pounds. So it's not a lot of energy." He goes, "I think I might be able to sell that." And at that point, Pat, my eyes lit up because I'm like, okay, the wedge is in. The wedge is in the log. I'm going to keep pushing on this until this log either splits or I break my hatchet. We're going. So it was pretty exciting to get that opportunity. And then the guy that wanted to come shoot air guns on my range, he says, "Well, I'm in Concord, California." I'm like, you're right down the street from where I go to shoot field target. You've got one of the best field target clubs on the West Coast right there. I need to make some introductions there. and get him involved. But yeah, it ended up becoming a really good opportunity to talk about air guns. And I got my RSO training done, and I'm good. And I got an opportunity to possibly do perhaps a recurring, intro to field target kind of demo day up there. They're really hungry for events that drive attendance, and that's really cool.
Cool.
But
well, I think we need to take a moment, Bill, and
yes,
talk about the most important thing that keeps this podcast going.
oh, you better
And that
believe
is our current sponsors.
Yep. We've got Donnie FL up here. They have been a sponsor, probably the longest single sponsor.
They're the original, the OG sponsor.
We are so thankful to Donnie, PJ, everybody over there at the Donnie FL house that keeps the lights on here at the podcast. Do patronize them and show them some financial love down the road. Who else, Pat?
So we got Tom's Place, which is high pressure pneumatics. Tom is a mom and pop shop. It's him and his wife. God, they've been around. I've known Tom for about 5 years now. Yep. And I remember when he started the place, and it is huge now. They got that new building. They got, I think it's every week he comes out on YouTube. So make sure you check out his YouTube channel. Tells you what's going on at the shop for everyone around the country. He's located in Michigan. He's got great deals. The big thing they got going on there is they got a lot of love. I don't know how else to explain it, but when you call and talk to Tom, it's great. And all of the employees, and he's even got his range done now. So he's holding competitions and range days now at his place. So excellent. Yeah, definitely check him out.
And then of course we've got PBA, and PBA, you might have to deal with Pat when you go there. Mm-hmm. So you'll have to kind of work your way through that, but you're going to get the best service and the, really good pricing, really good inventory at Palm Beach Air. And it's a brick and mortar store. So like Tom's store, you can walk in there, you can feel, you can touch, and you can get really good advice, service, all of that stuff that lacks with a mail order solution. So,
and if you're in Florida, the Palm Beach Airguns is the only retail facing airgun store in Florida. Mm-hmm. So people travel from all over the place. It's great to see everyone because I know we have a lot of new subscribers that have come in and learned about the podcast there. So I appreciate that. I just want to say that. So good.
And good. Not only are they, Florida's go-to, but in the U.S., they're one of the best retail stores for airgun stuff.
Yep. And then we got the OG supplier of JSB pellets and Predator pellets, Predator International. Though the Lord of Lead is the big guy that we always talk about, and Jay. I remember going up to Jay a couple years ago. I says, "Hey, got this podcast." Gave him my whole spiel. Would you be willing and to help us out financially? He's like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Wow!" I was so excited back then. And he's done it every year since.
Yeah.
They are, for the new air gunners that are listening, their Predator International is the importer for JSB pellets to the United States. So definitely check them out, give them a call, and anywhere you see them, and that includes FX pellets, I think, too. JSB is connected there, so that's a fun discussion in other podcasts we've talked about. Is JSB FX? Is FX JSB? Just little tidbits there, not to get geeky. But yeah, been a great bunch of guys and whatnot, and we'd be out of ammo if they didn't do their job well.
Speaking of ammo, Pat. I've been really frustrated. There were some JTS pellets that I wanted. They've been out of stock on Amazon for 3 months now. Wow. And all Amazon keeps telling me is, we're working on it. It's, supply chain issues. I'm like, come on, man, 3 months.
Yeah, I know, right? Come
Let
on.
me get a hold of somebody who's got JSPs in stock and get this solved. Yeah, they're definitely a quality pellet, and they're going to get you in the game. And yeah, they're not inexpensive, but quality
Yeah.
stuff isn't.
Correct. So, yep, definitely check out everyone. They support us. We want to make sure, and the best way that you could do that is by supporting them. And tell them that you heard it on the Airgun Geeks podcast. That's how you learned about
Yeah,
them.
heck
You
yeah,
know,
that's a great way to let them know that their money they spent supporting our podcast is paying off for them,
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what makes this whole thing go around, right? I mean,
Yeah. And also don't forget everyone that's new and all of you veteran air gunners, Target Forge targets. Target Forge has got its own YouTube channel. Of course, obviously Bill runs that one. So all of you guys listening on Target Forge, I really appreciate it. It's been great. Bill's been pushing it out there for God, three, going on 3 years now. So that's exciting.
Target Forge is actually now on like 4 years, 5 years.
Oh, I mean the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As far as Target Forge itself, you said it's like what, 4 or 5 years old itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have you did DIY Maker.
Yes.
That's another good one. Hasn't really nothing to do with air guns, guys. It's
No,
everything else. It's
but
it's
you can learn some really cool tricks over at
Mhm.
the DIY Maker channel. We just released a video today, how to make your own windshield washer fluid.
Oh,
Then not only is cheaper than buying the crap at the gas station, but it's way better. Um, and again, I leveraged AI to come up with that recipe, and then I tested it. And I'm telling you, Pat, it's simple to make, it's cheap, and it works so much better than the crap you get at the Sheets or the Wawa or wherever your gas station is.
mm.
This stuff is really good.
Especially down here in Florida, they only have the summer blend. Being from up north in Ohio, we used to take the regular washer fluid. It was like down to -20, and we'd cut it in half. So you'd get 2 gallons for the price of one. So I'm gonna have to watch that because it's expensive down here, and every penny I can save goes towards air guns and pellets.
Very true. Very true.
Yes.
So yeah,
So
do check out the DIY Maker. It's at the DIY Maker 1 on YouTube. If you just put that in, you'll get right to it.
yeah, and you'll put it in the bottom for links and stuff, so you can
Sure.
always check it there. Um, so speaking about shooting a lot, Bill, we need to talk about our OG Notoses. Yep.
Well, when you say ours, you really mean yours,
Yeah.
because you have put way, way, way more pellets through yours than I have.
Mhm.
But you use yours for work. I mean,
Correct.
it's a tool. I mean, I'm not going to put the same miles on a hammer as a professional carpenter is.
Mhm.
So, you've uncovered a very interesting issue that can arise with a Notos, and I think it's important to talk about it.
Correct. And it can happen to other stuff, but we gotta remember, what's its purpose? We always talk about that on the channel. Well, what's your purpose for that air gun? And there's different levels of air guns, as far as quality, what it's meant for, and all that. So
Service life.
service life is there you go. So doing some math and all of that, I
And that
think
really hurt him, by the way. That really put him in a bad place.
I
He
wish I
was a
had
mess.
sound
He
effects
was
that
a
were
mess for a week.
I'll show you that sound effect. It's like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah. But we've had, and when I say our OG air guns, is we did our original Notos competition back when I was in Ohio, and that is 3 years ago.
Wow.
So how do you know if you have a OG Notos? It does not have a degas set screw in the little block where the valve is, for the where the bottle screws on. The new ones do. So it's really inconvenient to degas your Notos
Mhm.
when you got the older ones. The newer ones, phenomenal. And if you ever got a leak, I'd start there. um, so after doing all the math and stuff, I figured I have put a little over 30,000 trigger pulls
Wow.
on that gun over the past 3 years. Um, yeah. Well, it's shooting these guys all the time. And mine's all tweaked out
And
as
Pat
far as
misses a lot, so every other shot's going.
you
I'm
know.
kidding. I'm kidding. He
Actually,
doesn't.
it's the complete opposite. They're like, "Do you ever miss?" And the only thing that we've done to ours is we've removed the original suppressor. I have a different poppet in mine because I wore the original one out. But other than that, oh, and I put a side cocking arm on it because it was easier than the tab that was on there. But 20 to 50 yards. I mean, I've even shot iguanas farther. Uh, Great gun. We can't keep them in stock at Palm Beach Airguns. In fact, we got the iguana package. It's a silver package. It's the Offspring from my gun. So it's a drop down rag. We put 300cc bottles or even a 480cc bottle on it. When you get a cute little UTG 3 to 12 power scope, it's a very functional gun for the 20 to 50 yard range, which most people down here are shooting iguanas. That's what we sell a lot of air guns for. And, the kill zone's a dime. You got to get them literally right behind the eye. And then they still don't always go down. And it's only making like 20 foot-pounds. But so much fun. So quiet.
And you don't, I don't want people to think, oh, well, just use more energy. No, that's not the
No
solution here. Accuracy is your friend.
accuracy.
Shooting good is your friend.
Yeah.
With testing, more energy is not necessarily a good thing, especially when you've got people, pets, buildings, all kinds of things that you have to worry about your backstop, right? Goes right back to the
Yep.
cardinal rules of firearm safety. They still apply to air guns. The solution is not energy
Correct.
in this equation. It's accuracy and it's repeatability.
Correct. And I have to say, 30,000 trigger pulls, it's been very, very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of them out there. So the big thing that we do here, Bill and I, as far as safety, is every 3 to 6 months, we generally do what we call, I call it the pound test. So we take a rubber mallet, smack the back, 6 points.
In all 6 axes. You want to hit it from the sides, from the top and bottom, from both ends. You want to hit it in all 6 directions to make sure you don't have any instability in that hammer and sear relationship. And otherwise you end up with a P320. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sig's gonna probably sue the crap out of me, but it'll actually make the podcast really famous. So maybe they'll leave me alone.
Also known as an unintentional fire. Yeah. So need to do that. And the reason I say that is I do that, and I have discovered that my Notos has been deemed unsafe for duty. I said duty, so no, I hear you all laughing, you kids out there. Yes, it's unsafe. So I was like, well, at first I was like, well, maybe the trigger moved, the adjustment. So I adjusted it to where it was a floppy flop trigger. And that thing, no. And then I pulled it apart, took pictures, and she was very wore out. Yeah. So trying to get parts or a new gun or something, but definitely because I love my Notos. But
well, I think I have a solution because you sent me pictures of your hammer. And I think what I'd like to do, with your permission, is at the PA Cup, bring that hammer with you. And I will bring it back to the evil laboratory here. And we're going to machine the end that is where the sear engages. We're going to machine that down about 90 thousandths of an inch. And then we're going to make a heat treated steel sleeve to press right over that. So we'll get rid of that really soft material the hammer is made out of in that area where the sear engages. And we'll try and see if that increases your life expectancy from that part. I think I can make it pretty much the part that doesn't wear out. Now, whether or not that means the sear does next, that may happen. But I think the sear is much harder than the hammer is in that gun design. And honestly, people realize this is a $250 gun, right? Brand new in the box.
Well, it's a $260 gun now. It was originally about a $230 gun when they first came out. So inflation, but still 30,000 shots.
You say inflation, I say tariffs, whatever.
Tariffs, inflation, yeah, strength of the dollar, whatever. But this, I mean, just so that everyone understands, this can happen to an FX, this can happen to an Air Arms, this can happen to anything. I've shot at 30,000 trigger pulls.
Mhm.
That's a lot of shooting.
Yeah, it is.
And through all of that, and I'll go for the last 2 years when I've been doing, since I've been down here in Florida shooting iguanas, I rarely miss. And Bill's been out with me, and it's like, oh, I still go, it's a $200 gun, and we're doing all of this with it, and it's so light and airy and does its thing and whatnot. It's still a gold winner to me. I can't talk enough about it. And it's so light. It's like 5.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Now, the crappiest thing, this is horrible about the no-toes. The worst thing. Absolute. Ugh. Makes me sick, Bill. The magazines. Shoot them. That's what I tell people.
That's always
shoot it. But it's a good emergency.
The Achilles heel of that gun.
That's it. So other than that, that's it.
But there's a lot of good magazine options for that to up your game.
Yeah.
Carm, Maple, Orion, all make mags that are vastly superior.
Correct.
The Orion mag, you want to make sure that you don't rush to judgment on that. It's going to be tight when you get it. But break it in, put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out, cycle it in your gun, and it's going to loosen up, and then it's going to fit great.
And there's a reason, as you would know, Bill, but for those that don't, why Orion does that. When we sell a no-toes at Palm Beach, we stick them in for you, and we do it right in front of you. And we say, you got to get that little groove in there, and we break them in because he makes them just a smidge too big. And it's a perfect fit. So when you get it in there, there's no wobble, nothing in there. It is a snug bug in a rug, and it functions every time. I mean, he's done a lot of R&D on it. And even in the Florida sun, they don't melt, they rotate. I don't care what pellet you put in it. It functions. It functions well. It's actually one of the best magazines that I've seen. Now, I like the Maple one. I had the original Maple, and then he had the carbon fiber one. Great magazines. They're 15 rounders, but they sit tall, which is fine. So, and then there's all the other. Anything.
I honestly, on my no-toes pad, I use risers anyway to get the axis of the scope up, because to me, the shoulder rest is way too high
for your cheekbones. I agree, and that's something we've talked about before. It does sit low, but there's a way around that, Bill. You can go to our buddy Terry's place, Buckrail, and Buckrail's Buckrail's the place for the no-toes. Another good place for 3D stuff that I'm just thinking of is Dave's place, Black Arts Designs. Impressive. Two of the most impressive 3D printing companies that are run by the inventors themselves. And they engineer it, and they've talked to Bill a lot, because I just throw ideas, but Bill talks tech and data. I'm like, I just want it to work. Talk to him, that kind of thing. But a lot out for the no-toes and all the other stuff. The Zelos has come a long way, in my opinion, from the original. It's just not my ball of wax. It's too long, too big. I like small, compact, and light, the complete opposite of Bill. So there's that. So that's
Well, I like it big, long, and heavy, Pat. It's the kind of tool I'm used to dealing with all the time.
Well,
So, it
to
makes sense. I understand you want something short and light. And
Mhm. I'm whipping it around yards. I'm trying to keep this G-rated, Bill.
yeah,
No. So speaking of short and
hey,
light,
if people take it the wrong way, there's nothing I can do about that, Pat.
we can't control that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. If you're offended, that's your choice. But so the replacement for the Notos, I have to go with the AGT Vixen. Short, and it's the Vixen 2. Because
Good
the
choice.
Vixen 1 didn't really create enough power, and I have a long currently, for those that don't know, and I absolutely love it. It's a laser beam. It's a laser beam with that.
Mhm.
Um, and I actually won that at a raffle, and Talon Tunes was the one that donated it, and they graciously sent me 2 more magazines. So I had a total of 4 at the time, and I absolutely love that thing. But now with the 2 out, that thing has got a lot of upgrades.
Mm.
And I've been going back and forth, which one do I want? Or do I always, just trying to, because I'm an addict, trying to figure out what's what. So the Vixen 2, right out of the box, is 4.6 pounds. So we're really, really light. Still don't know if I'm going to do the shroud thing and leave it on there or not. I don't know. We'll talk about that at the PA Cup. But it's fairly quiet. Now, the one thing I don't like is they put a threaded end cap on it. Yay, because the old one didn't have that. You had to buy the Eagle Vision 1 drill holes and all this other crap. But Bill, they made it an M14 thread.
Well, I mean, there are some silencer companies
Yeah, there's some.
that manufacture M14 threaded
Yeah. But
suppressors.
98% of them, Bill, are half 20, or half UNF, however you want to look at that. So that's like a down thing. Now, I did find the Liska suppressor, if you're going to keep the tube. Okay, they say it works great. Overall length, it's not bad. It's 30 inches. It's pretty much as long as my Notos. And what I liked is it's a 300 bar fill.
Mhm.
Not that I'm necessarily filling the 300 bar all the time,
Probe,
but
no probe.
unfortunately, it's probed.
Oh.
Well, it is made in the Czech Republic. We got Air Max to do the crate with the permanent probe, but at Mail Foster. We're still getting there. Could one be made to where it stays in there, like on the crate, and go with a screw on the other side? Oh yeah, there's a hole there, so that can be done. I might know someone with a lathe or something.
Mm.
Right out of the box, they're saying 60 shots, but this thing's shooting 912 feet per second. Now, I only found one place that someone said they're using a 16 grain pellet. So I don't know what they're using. Because,
177
manufacturers.
or
Not 22.
oh, okay.
In 177, it's getting 145 shots
Mm.
in the US. And I think that was shooting in the high 900s too. Didn't look too much at 177. But you turn it down because what's it at? It's at 130 bar. Finally found the bar. They didn't have any. Trying to get information on AGT was difficult last year, but this year I've seen a lot more data come out,
Mhm.
which means they listened.
Yeah.
So 130 bar, we could probably turn that down, play with that a little bit. It's an easier reg to work with versus the
Mhm.
original, so that's exciting. Same 12-shot magazine that my long has. So I can use all those mags on the short. And then when I need a lot more power, I go over to the longer one. So, costs money. If you got long, you can do the short. If you got the short, you can do the long. And it's got a much larger plenum, which was another big thing. And the top rail, Picatinny rail, is a lot longer. And they changed the rear stock from that little thing with some neoprene over the bottle to it covers the whole bottle with a nice supported buttstock.
Nice.
So those are the big improvements. It's the same bottle and whatnot, but your cheek still is on there. So some people like you with the higher cheek, you'd want a better cheek rest on it, but it is what it is. Trigger pull is right. It's under a pound.
Wow.
It's phenomenal. It's a single stage, and it's very intentional pull. And the safety is a crossbolt safety. That is a solid safety. It's just a stupid, simple design. I I like to call it the Air Force air gun that has a magazine. Because it's all very simple and straight through.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, I got to wait because uh, they're sold out everywhere right now. So I'm hunting for one. So whoever gets me one would be great. I got pre-order in at one place, and I'm trying to go to other place and see, hey, who gets what. But I think that's going to be best with the importer. I think he'll get it first. So that's where I'm at with that. The other big things I wanted to mention, I think. So on mine, it's a plastic shroud handguard. This has an aluminum one with an Arca rail.
Nice.
So with shooting off of the golf carts, I can make a mount with an Arca mount and then just have it there to where I can angle the gun up and it'll stay there. And then I could just come down and shoot right off of the UTV that I got or a golf cart. So things like that. That was a big upgrade. So the other one was plastic and it moved way too much. So other than that, that's pretty much about it with old equipment, new equipment, safety, checking stuff. So, and you should definitely do the safety checks when you get a new air gun to you. That is number one, because the last thing you want to do is, shoot yourself in the hand or
That would
anywhere else.
really dumb.
That is not a good thing to happen. It really affects things. Or, you got to treat them like firearms. Something worse could happen.
And if your job is using an air gun all day long, a single point sling is not a bad idea to put that thing right around your neck so that if it does slip out of your hand or get jostled, you've still got control of it. Not that we're talking about self-defense or anything, but there's some wisdom to the single point sling.
Correct.
In fact, after I went around hunting iguanas with Pat, my gun that I used down there for the close quarters work, I actually fitted with a single point sling, even before I left Florida, because it just made so much sense to me to have that right there ready all the time. I never had to set the gun down. It just
that was your Tram pistol.
Huh? Yeah.
That thing is a laser beam.
Oh, it's the accuracy out of that thing is just, it's stupid.
It's stupid.
Now, the thing that it doesn't do is tune, right? You're not gonna adjust it. But if you've already got accuracy, what the hell do you need to tune it for?
Correct.
I mean, if you're going to chase this whole power thing, which I just don't, the dude does not abide with the pursuit of crazy velocities. If accuracy is going to be the goal, then I don't need to tune it because it's already accurate. But Pat, you brought me to my next point. You said you had a pre-order. I also have a pre-order, and it's supposed to be ready to go September 1st, which as of this recording is like tomorrow. Yeah. And
I don't know if said pre-order or you've got me over here enticed in the dark.
It's a freaking Crossman. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of controversy about this because, Crossman sold out. They're now part of Daisy. No, that's not what happened. There's a holding group that bought Daisy years ago and now has taken Crossman under its roof as well. Doesn't mean Daisy brought Crossman. So knock it off. That's not true.
Correct.
But this gun looks like it's the illegitimate child of a Gammo, a Daisy, and a Crossman. It's the new Vapor Max. It is a pumper gun, but it can get legitimate with lighter lead pellets, legitimate 900 feet per second performance.
Wow.
So it's in the 14, 15 foot-pound range. Already illegal in Europe or in England, or at least you'd have to get a firearms permit for it. But It's still a really, really nice pumper with a very comfortable lever on it. And I'm pretty excited to check that out. I know Pat could give a crap about pumpers. They're not really his thing because he's not going to be out there doing this in between iguanas. That's not his game. But there's a soft spot in my heart for really good quality pumpers. And I've had ups and downs. I won that really nice 100th anniversary gun from Crossman.
Oh yeah, 362. Yeah.
I was so happy to get that home, and then I found out I have shotguns that shoot better than that. And I ended up calling Crossman and saying, "Hey, there's an issue with this." I said, "I think it's the barrel," and they're like, "Well, okay, let's get you one." And a $14 barrel, they paid for it. It wasn't any money out of my pocket. They shipped me a new barrel, fixed that gun right up, and it shot like crazy. And yeah, I'm still building a really crazy original 362. But man, this Vapor Max, when it came, it just started selling. Some places already got them, but I think Airgun Depot gets theirs tomorrow. So I'm pretty stoked. I've got a really interesting optic for this gun, Pat, and I guarantee it's a brand that you probably have never heard of. You ever heard of the optics company UUQ?
Mm-mm.
Me neither. They actually started working with me through my connections with Amazon, and they were like, "Hey, would you check this out? Hey, would you check this out?" and give us feedback. And it turned out to be a really interesting relationship. But for bargain barrel scopes, they are an excellent option. They are, I think they're chasing after our friend in Detroit.
UTG.
Yeah, I think they're definitely because it's 3 letters in the name. It starts with a U. It's kind of obvious that they're possibly going that route to be a lookalike, so that people are more comfortable buying. But I got to say, the optic that's going on that Vapor Max when it gets here, it has a tricolor illuminated regulator, not regulator, reticle. I can choose green, red, or blue for my reticle inside, with like 5 different levels of brightness on each one. It doesn't have the side wheel for the parallax, but it does have the adjustable objective, which on a pumper, I'm fine with that. I didn't want a fancy optic on that gun anyway. And this optic is like in the $30-$40 range. It's cheap.
Wow.
But I think it's 4 to 12 power or 4 to 16 power, something like that. But yeah, I was impressed with their overall quality at that price point. I was really expecting a plastic tube that would fall apart the first time I adjusted it, and that was not the case. It was they were solidly built, solid in use, and on a pumper, they're not facing any recoil. You're going to get a little bit of vibration from the act of pumping it, but I'm stoked. I'm really stoked to see how this Vapor Max does. A couple of guys, Walnut and Steel, and another airgun channel that covers the I don't want to say lower end guns, but the more entry level air guns. They both done reviews and put them over a chronograph. They've done a lot of work like that already. So that's kind of what pushed me over the cliff and said, yeah, I need to get one of these. But yeah, new Vapor Max from Crossman. Do give that a look. I would like to believe that Crossman can still be relevant in today's day and age. And if me caving in and buying one of these silly pumpers, I think it's $120. It's not like it's a huge investment, but we're going to see what we can do to tinker around on it. And definitely going to put it against the two 362s accuracy wise and see how it does. But it's only available in 177, which I'm fine with. Pat has a thing against 177. I love it.
I do like the 13 .43 grain, the 13.43 grain pellet. I had a Catran that did that, known as the sniper. But I had someone that really liked it more than me. So I was like, okay, it's, but Air Max makes good stuff. So it's
And Pat's always wheeling and dealing. He's like a Wall Street stockbroker, but for Airguns. Buy, sell. Yeah, he's crazy that way. He calls it underwear money. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing with underwear money. I thought he worked at a strip club. I had no idea.
I'm an airgun addict. Everyone knows it. So, well, the big trip we got coming up is Bill was touching earlier because he's doing field target for the Pyramyd Air Cup. I'm doing the 100-yard bench and obviously the gunslinger. And the gun I'll be using for bench would be the Raw 30. So that'll be fun. And then I'll be bringing the Vixen with me, the Vixen Long, and playing with that again. We're also got a special guest coming. Joe Dorian's going to show up again. That's going to be exciting.
It'd be good to see Joe again.
Yes.
I miss that
guy. We'll be there. So if you guys want to, we'll have stickers and whatnot. We do autographs if you want them. I don't know why, but hey, we'll autograph stuff, whatever. It's all in good fun. But definitely check us out. Check out the PA Cup. It's a blast. Even if you're not competing, still come down. It's going to be at the Cardinal Shooting.
If you want a picture with us, just say so. Even if you don't have your phone, we'll take the picture with one of our phones and we'll email it to you. We will make that happen. So do come up, do chat with us, and do grab a photo.
Yep. So all you guys listening on Apple Podcasts, we appreciate that. Please give us 5 stars and a comment. That is how the algorithm works with Apple, and all of these that have been doing that, greatly appreciate it. You can find us pretty much anywhere where you listen to podcasts. Obviously, you can see us here on YouTube if you want to look at our beautiful faces every week or every month or how often you want to watch us. For the new people on here,
you should do it all the time. When you've got FaceTime in the car,
Yeah.
when you got windshield time, you should have some Airgun Geeks playing in there.
Correct. So the audio side goes all the way back 4 years is when this started, and videos are about 2. So you have lots and lots of stuff to listen to or watch.
Lots to love.
Yes. If you got any questions, concerns, comments, ideas, topics you want us to talk about, you can email us at airgungeeks@gmail.com. You can reach out and say, hey, you guys are doing a great job, or you better not talk bad about XYZ Airgun anymore because of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we take it all. We're very open-minded and we don't get offended. We are loyal to accuracy. We're trigger snobs. We're accuracy snobs. We like guns that function. And if they don't, we give our opinion on it, like budget scopes.
Or we try to
fix the job. So I just want to say that we're getting near to the end of the season of 2025. I can't believe that in itself.
Yeah.
We're coming into the fall. There's another shoot that's happening in October. If y'all know about it, it's the Berkshire shoot. If you go to New England Airguns, you can learn all about that. I'm pretty sure everything's filled up as far as spots, but they might not be. Give them a ring. And again, that's in Massachusetts, which is a unique place. It's on the east end of the United States, and sounds like it's going to be a good time. Weather's going to be interesting. That's the big thing for the east end of the United States in October. And you also got EBR coming up at that time too. So we'll see what happens. We might pop up there. We might not. So who knows where the Airgun Geeks are going to show up.
Yep.
So, and if you're ever in Florida, down in the West Palm Beach area, I'm generally at the shop Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. The other days I'm out shooting iguanas because that's like my main gig. Besides BSing with Bill and you guys we talk every week, but we do the podcast once a month. Big thing though I want to say is, again, thank you to all the sponsors.
Yeah.
It is in the tough times, they still give us money to run the podcast because this is not free.
Nope.
This fancy, we use like StreamYard for our technology here, and it's so fun and so phenomenal, and I'm excited about everything that goes on. So, but I do know that there's an interesting topic, and I will say it in this one that's probably going to come out soon, and it's going to be about modifying air guns and warranty and what not to modify, how to modify, how far should you go? Should I do it? I don't know if I should. Can I call someone? What if I have
Pat, I'm a professional warranty voider.
Yeah, same here. Same here. So we got someone that reached out to us that mentioned that would be a good podcast. And Bill and I are like, that is a fantastic topic.
Heck yeah.
So,
and they're two real solid guys too. So
very solid guys with very big channels who work for a very big person. And we're going to leave it at that. Might be someone from over there. Yeah. I also want to say, for the people that have sent kind words and letters and emails to us, and even some financial support that we were not expecting, thank you. You don't have to do that. We're very gracious. One thing that Bill and I are going to work on is some merch for you guys, because I keep getting a lot of questions about that. And life is starting to calm down a little bit on both of our ends to focus on things that you guys are requesting: shirts, hats, cups, also all that fun jazzy stuff. So just let everyone know we're working on that, and appreciate all the feedback, positive and negative. And if you think we said something wrong or we did misquote or whatever, just send us an email and we'll correct it right here on the podcast. So any final words, Bill?
Well, no, Pat, just do check out if you've got compressor questions or whatever, check that out on the Target Forge channel. I've got some interesting content coming up on some air guns that's probably going to go out on both of our channels, the Airgun Geeks podcast and Target Forge. So yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. All right. Everyone stay safe, shoot straight, and like always, stay geeky.